super excited and thrilled to be here today with a fantastic guest, Yulia, and she is the master healer, which helps people with their experiences, and she herself is an expert practitioner in Reiki healing and so many other meditative fields, and we're going to be digging deep into what it's like and how she came onto this journey. And along with me, I have Joy, who we had in our previous session, and she's a gut health expert, and she has been so busy, and we finally got her in today. So we're going to be having a great conversation with Yulia. Hi Yulia, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Tell us about yourself.
Well, I came to Dubai a year and a half ago, and I started my journey to bring people to balance in the material world and spiritual world.
Beautiful. You know, I was just, the conversation that we were having right before this podcast, and I just wanted to understand more because you feel energies, and you, I think yourself have been so profoundly working on your own inner manifestation. And how did you decide to come into this world?
So I had a life crisis, and my relationships were breaking down, my health was breaking down, I was not successful financially, and I got to the point something's got to change. And I went on this journey of self-discovery for 8 years before I can release my talents into the world.
Wow, 8 years, almost a decade.
Do you, I mean, when I talk to different energy healers and stuff, do you think that you were born with this gift? Do you think that everybody can have this gift? I mean, it's like you're really hearing all kinds of messages from the spirits. I mean, when did you discover that you were super intuitive?
So the first time when I had my accident, when I broke my spine, my legs and my arms, and I was due to go for a surgery, and I declined it, and it healed me by making that decision. So that was the first step, that I thought I've got something in me that's guiding me into the right direction.
How old were you?
I was 14.
Okay.
But overall, honestly, I think that any human being can have these talents if they commit to themselves to uncover and shed the layers that doesn't serve them anymore. We can all be energy healers, we can all be guided, and we can all help each other and ourselves.
So, okay, so at 14 years old, you have this crazy accident, and you're hearing spirits, you're hearing guides or whatever it was to tell you to not go through with this surgery.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, your family must have thought you were crazy. Were you like, yeah, like witches? Like what? I mean, what were they telling you at this point?
Well, my parents were advising me to go through medical support. You know, at the end of the day, I had a strong character and strong spirit within me.
I mean, at 14,
Yeah,
that's
I
like
know.
a huge decision
Yes.
to make. To, I mean, get like a talk, you know, hearings from whatever. Was it a spirit? Was it like what kind of feeling was that?
It's in your gut. It's in your heart. You know, you just feel guided.
Yeah.
You cannot disown that feeling.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have been lucky to interact and engage with so many people from different fields, but the way you just, your presence and the way I just connect with you, and there are some people who have this inborn gift, like you just want to open up to them, and you just feel like you're healing while being in their presence, and that is what I feel with you, and of course with your best friends and your close friends.
Well, I think it's the feeling of being seen and being heard,
Maybe.
right? Because then she takes like her magic, and then it's like she can describe something that only, like, how would she be able to know, right? So can you run us through, if someone finds you, most people find you through Instagram,
Yeah.
right? They're searching for some kind of answer.
Yeah.
Can you take us through what one of your consultations looks like, or how is the next setup?
So the first step, I do a diagnostic. The person needs to send me their picture from that picture I'll be able to read the energy centers and the aura of the person, and in details I'll be able to say, okay, this person is suffering emotionally, mentally, physically from this and that. This is the manifestation in the physical world, this is what's happening to them. So of course, when I send the report to the person, they get blown away. How does this person know me so well?
Yeah.
I don't even know myself so well. If she knows this, then yes, she can help me to get the answers and the exits from my situations.
What I want to find out is, like, for instance, if somebody wants to attract a partner, or if someone wants something better from that relationship, what is a one-way advice, like, you know, we were discussing before? How is it that you can manifest it?
I would say work hard on yourself.
What does that mean?
Work hard on yourself. For example, you only attract what you are.
Yes.
Would you date yourself? This is the question. Would you date yourself? Are you content? Are you looking after yourself? Are you loving yourself? Are you providing for yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically?
Beautiful.
Have you had specific mentors, or, you know, a Tony Robbins, Joe Dispenza? Like, have there been certain books like that you would recommend?
I've started with Tony Robbins, Joe Dispenza. That was.
So have you had like any mentors? Have there been any like amazing books that you would recommend for someone that's trying to work on themselves but doesn't really?
So the information that I'm giving you now, it's my model of the world. So everyone can relate or none can relate. My first journey was Tony Robbins, UPW in London. I've done the fire work. That was the first step that triggered my evolution and self-discovery. The second was Joe Dispenza. Honestly, the only advice that I can give to people, if you want to start and you don't know from where to start to meditate, regulating your nervous system, because you manifest your reality from your nervous system.
Bringing into that alpha brain state of just being able to, and I was never good at meditating. It wasn't a thing that you can just like switch on and off, and then you hear all these super successful people getting their dream life through meditation. And so I've been on a Joe Dispenza journey for the last 2 months, and it's literally been life-changing. So meditation, I think, is like the best recommendation for someone starting their journey.
Like, Yulia, I mean, you have traveled all around the world, right? And you are from Russia, and you have these beautiful roots. And then you were in Spain for a long time, and then you were mentioning about coming here to Dubai. So how do you feel the audience? Like, how do you feel? Because us living here, being literally on the verge of burnout, having so much competition, everything is so cutthroat, fast, and it just keeps you on your toes, not really finding that inner peace, that nature-driven surrounding. So share with us your experience on this.
So when I was in Spain, I've been guided to come to Dubai, and I felt like Dubai is the place where people need to find balance between spiritual and material world. And basically that's why I came here, and I attract people who really crave to find that balance, and this is what I provide.
And like, first of all, what do you see lacking in these people? That, I mean, they must be having something that is a common mistake or a denominator that seems to switch them off from attracting what they want.
Self-awareness, not listening to their inner self, not listening to their gut, not falling from the brain into heart. It's always in the brain.
When you say, can you say that again? Like, explain something really beautiful, like from brain to the heart. Like, we should be keeping it in resonance and connection, or how would you?
Well, it's very difficult when you don't work on yourself. You know, there should be some level of awareness, feeling I'm not at ease, something's going on, I need some external help, I'm open to learning more, and switching off that brain talk. I would say that the brain talk is major.
I know, that's great. So do clients sign up with you for a one-off session? Do they carry on? Is it like every 3 months they kind of come back? What does that look like?
Well, it depends. I do lots of things. I do astrology analysis, I do past life karma analysis.
Wow.
I do metaphorical readings to dig deeper in the subconscious mind to get answers. Diagnostics on every situation, love life, finances, health, energy healing, Reiki healing, talk therapy, reconstructing childhood trauma.
I mean, you must have some
Addictions,
crazy
yeah.
testimonials.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, yeah.
On every situation.
I mean, it's wild.
I want to know, like, most important, Yulia, do you think that most of the people need help and they want to find the right practitioner to align them with their goals, their dreams, and what's the blockages? Because many of us don't even realize that we severely need to get reset and need to approach, people and experts like yourself.
Lots of people are not ready to receive healing until they have some level of awareness that
Yes.
something's not right.
I mean, as we were saying earlier, you can't help someone that's not ready to be fixed, you know? And so, yeah, I think awareness is the first step. And then also just having like an open heart. Because, I mean, what do you say to the people that are so not into this woo-woo stuff?
I don't say anything.
Yeah, great.
If I'm not asked, I don't
Yeah.
say anything.
Yeah.
I'm just in a state of observation.
Yeah.
And you know, there's so many beautiful, talented, gifted healers in Dubai.
Yeah.
And every person, every soul is guided to a different person. You know?
I mean, it's so true. It's like, you know, people told me that when I come to Dubai, this is like a soulless place and it's just like a bunch of concrete buildings. And I have met the most spiritually gifted humans in this concrete jungle. And I don't see anybody as competition, right? Because you can all serve someone in a different way. So whoever resonates with you might not resonate with someone else and vice versa.
And the most important thing that I feel is that you can identify your tribe. It automatically comes to you, and when you have the intention to heal or to connect with the people or even hang out, because most of the times we shut down or we don't want to share our issues, and it becomes a huge burden. But if you just make that try to reach out, and you will. So Yulia, tell me more. I want to know more about all this journey. Can you share some interesting stories? And most importantly, I feel you're the perfect person to come to because you also went through some phases in life which were difficult, and you came out of it with success.
Yeah. So my latest discovery was literally a week ago, where one of my clients, he was abroad and in an extreme state of anxiety and stress, and I was able energetically to target his mental state and bring him into balance without touching him, doing Reiki on him at the distance. So for me, that's a major breakthrough, as well as removing pain from the body from one of my ladies' clients at the distance. So I'm very fascinated about it and blown away. But before I got there, again, I had a little crisis with my spiritual ego. Had to have a conversation with myself, come through, and then straight away I get this new talent awakened within me.
Crazy. And so are you meditate? Do you have a daily meditation practice?
You know what? My whole day is like I'm in meditation. It's
Wow.
like, it's almost like
Yeah.
I'm a musical instrument, like a piano playing. I'm in every second of the moment, I'm in tune with myself. Like, what's that mean? What is this story teaching me? What's this situation trying to teach me?
Wow.
How do I feel about it's like, it's amazing.
So you're
You
mindful.
can never even fall into a negative state because everything is a discovery.
I mean, it's like when there's like little drops of magic throughout the day, when like the coincidences happen or the random things happen, it's like you smile to yourself, you know, and it's like that little bit of gratitude that you're like, of course that happened. Of course I met that person. Of course the parking spot opened up right when I was there. You know what I mean? It's like these moments of magic and gratitude when you're in your authenticity and you're vibrating at such a higher level. Yeah. And so you feel that energy through, I mean, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When you're in that frequency all the time. But to be in that level of frequency takes a lot of practice. A lot of practice.
I'm so enticed to know more about this. Like when you said you had a disconnection or you had something with your ego, and then also on the other hand where you said that you are monitoring and you're mindful of what of how you further enhance your skills. So how does it go about?
You know what? The more work I do on myself, my inner God is very observant. And every time I push through that fear, I feel like I'm being blessed with another talent. That's the only way I can explain it. It was exactly like that.
Do you feel like after healing, you also feel like uplifted, like, or has it ever?
Or do you feel drained?
Yes, drained. I'm sure it is.
You know what? I don't feel drained. It's very bizarre. When I've done my Reiki level 1, 2, and 3, I realized when people come for my session and I heal the energy centers, they also need, that doesn't work, they also need talk therapy within the session. They also need meditation within the session to ground them. Because we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and you still need to explain people because people driven from the logical mind.
Yes.
You know, just to give them that extra support.
And it is all holistically understood by people who are not so much as experienced as yourself, and you having like a complete understanding of this, you know, canvas of different healings and energies and facilitating that person. It's just beautiful, and I feel everybody needs this dose of spiritual awakening.
They do, but people aren't ready for it. You know, you can't help someone that doesn't want to be fixed.
But I don't want to pop these pills, you know? I mean, people try to numb their pain, or they try to find these external, useless sources of treatment, which absolutely doesn't do anything.
This is like new age therapy. You know what I mean? Instead of going and talking to a therapist and then they prescribe you on antidepressants or whatever, it's like, this is another tool that we can use to overcome whatever, you know, things we're
And a
facing.
very valuable tool, because it's very important to identify the authentic practitioner, like yourself, you know? Because I really loved how you actually turned down one client because you said what you're, and you exactly precisely take the who you know you can heal and you can make that change. So I like how, because you're very clear. How do you?
You know what? I do different techniques. If, for example, someone is under stress, major, like extreme anxiety, they can come to me for 45-minute session. I do the energy healing without digging deeper. Let's reconstruct you. Let's drive you into that spiritual awakening. I don't do that. I'll pick them up together. I'll make them whole. Within 45 minutes, they're like very mellow, the problem's gone, they don't feel anything, they're relaxed in their body, relaxed in their mind, and this state carries on for 3 to 5 days with them. They take it with them. So the nervous system is regulated, they feel good, they're good to their workers, they're good to their wives or their family, they're blissful inside, they attract more goodness into their life.
Wow.
That's one case. Or there's another case where people are in extreme suffering, they know they have trauma to heal. Then of course it will take good few sessions, it will take 6 months to reconstruct, take them further, open up the channels. So it depends what the needs are.
Also, do you think that all our like severe diseases like cancer and these other issues like anxiety is a big problem? They can be healed through this.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think it's a perfect correlation between gut health and the food that we're eating, which is a form of a drug, and then also the spiritual side coming into it. I mean, the two are so well connected.
Yes.
Wouldn't you say?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I remember not long ago, Deepak Chopra, she was saying, make sure when you eat your food, you're not angry, because the food takes into that energy and you put it into your gut,
Yeah.
and then you manifest.
And always eat with the people that you are in harmony with. Or, I mean, all of this that we are speaking, who we are engaging with, it makes a lot of difference. If you have someone uneasy walking in the room, do you feel that? Do you
Yeah.
feel, how can you explain?
I just feel imbalance in the energy, but I'm not taking it personally, and I just get into a state of observant, you know.
Do you have a way of identifying, like for instance, if you want to go ahead with something and then you have 3-4 options, so do you rely on your skills to identify that this
I rely on my skills, yeah. To be honest, it's quite instant. I'm very quick at making decisions. There's no like hesitation, what shall I do? It's like,
wow.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's that whole gut connection,
Yeah.
right? Like the answers are within
Yeah.
us. It's, I mean, the correlation between here and like your whole realm is just, it's too perfect, right?
Has it ever been that you knew that you were going for something and you knew it was wrong from the beginning, but
Oh
you
my
just took it
God.
anyway?
Yeah, and I
Like
paid
you-
the price. Yeah. The moment I feel okay, this doesn't feel right, and it's literally like 0.5 seconds feeling. You have to catch it very quickly, and you go the other way. You pay the price.
And we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
You have made
Yeah.
mistakes, right?
Yeah,
Despite knowing and
of
having.
course.
And I
But
think-
also you learn from that. There's no, if you go left, you're learning. If you go right, you're learning. And I'm excited on every situation.
I really loved before this podcast when you were telling us that the black will always go with the white. You know, it's like, it's something that is a way of life. We cannot think that we're predetermined to have the perfect roadmap, right? It's that you'd have to take everything in your stride.
Yeah. And feel it within you with self-awareness. And it's like fine-tuning, playing a musical instrument. It's a game. It's playful. You just change the character.
Beautiful. Yulia, do you? I think now I feel you are more comfortable in Dubai, and you have found your peace, and now you're living. You've bought a house. So how is the journey experience going so far?
Adventurous, I'm happy where I'm at, and I'm eager for more.
Yeah. I think that we need more people like you, because most of the times, when you don't have your tribe, it's have you
It's
found
lonely.
good friends? Yeah. How do you tell us about your daily routine? What do you do in the meditation? Do you also dine out? Do you have a social group of friends? Because I'm trying to not like copy you, but I would love to see like how you maintain yourself so well and then help others.
But to be honest, it's very extreme and random. Firstly, I don't watch TV for the last 3 years.
Wow.
So I'm very impulsive. So I'm drawn, like for example, right now, tonight I want to sleep on the beach. I'll pack my bags, I get a tent, and I'll go and sleep on the beach.
That is so cool.
So it's very free flowing, you know. I'm there for my clients. They become my friends. It's like almost a union with the world.
Like you have these two beautiful horses.
Yeah.
I see that you love to
Yeah.
go on horse rides and
Yeah, I have 2 horses. Yeah, I also do competitions. It's one of my hobbies.
amazing. I mean, your journey is so inspiring. Also, coming back from an injury at a very young age and then going into an extreme sport. I mean, it is not easy to. So, do you also have any particular fitness regime like yoga or gym or walks?
To be honest, I do 2 hours of cardio. Plus, I train to compete with my horses, and that's a very intense, high-level fitness, I'd say. Yeah.
And having the gut expert next to us, like, what is your diet? I'm keen to know. Like,
What is my
you're
diet?
looking you're so well maintained. You've got the perfect figure, and how do you manage your food?
Meal preps. I have smoothies in the mornings. And to be honest, I live off a lot of fruit and veg and a little bit of protein. That's again, I don't restrict myself, to be honest. So again, free flowing, whatever I fancy.
Wouldn't it be nice, Joy and Yulia, that we have a free-flowing life? Like she said, she
We
feels like she
do.
wants to sleep at the beach, and
Yeah.
you know, just goes where the wind takes her.
Amazing.
And I think I can feel the glow and the relaxed way of you just touch with being so at peace with yourself. What is it that you want to tell our audience? How can they approach you? What are the symptoms that if they feel that they are the perfect candidates to heal themselves and contact you?
There's not really a perfect candidate. I think if you feel there's something out of alignment within yourself, then reach out to me.
Yeah.
Where can we find you?
Instagram,
Which is?
Heal with Yulia.
Okay, so I have absolutely enjoyed this. Do you want to share something with your audience in the end? How they can manage or take care of
You know
themselves?
what? I say one thing, that if you're fearful to do something, even to approach me, because sometimes people watch me, they don't even approach me. Just do it. The courage. Have courage to do it, because that's where you evolve within yourself.
Yes, absolutely. That is
Love
so
it.
true.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
And
Thank
thank you everyone for joining us today. And I just think that this was so valuable and it was so healing at the same time. And I'm so happy to have these amazing people. And Yulia, we would love to have you in again with us. And thank you so much. And we look forward to having you on our next episode. Bye.